Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Hedeen. Today I wanted to stop in and talk to you a little bit about the pictures in our informational texts. I picked a book here. It's called The Water Cycle. I know many of you are familiar with a lot of the different things about the water cycle you've learned in first and second grade. I picked it because I love the pictures in this, and it has a really great diagram. Remember, a diagram is something that the author puts in there that tells the different parts of something so that we understand what we're reading a little bit better. So today I want to remind you that authors put things such as diagrams and pictures into our informational text to help us understand better what we're reading about. So I'm going to use this example here. This is about the water cycle, and I'm going to actually go back to the page before, and we're going to talk a little bit about what the water is all around us, and talk about how that diagram helps us understand what we're reading. So I'll go ahead and start to read. It says, water all around us. Water covers most of Earth. It's found in lakes, rivers, and oceans. It's on top of mountains in the form of snow or ice. It's deep under the ground. Water is even in the air around you. So we're going to go ahead and skip right to my page here, and it says, how is that possible? All water on Earth is recycled. Remember, recycled means to be used over and over again. Although you can't always see it happening, Earth's water is moving around in a never-ending pattern. This pattern is called the water cycle. So now I want to say, well, I kind of understand what recycled is, and I understand that a water cycle is something where it happens over and over again. But I also noticed that in this picture, it helps me understand the different stages of the water cycle. So let's look a minute and look at what the picture, or this diagram I should say, shows us. I noticed that we have some big words: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, runoff, and groundwater. And I noticed that these arrows kind of show us like a circle about how the water goes round and round. So it looks like the water evaporates, and then it comes up into the form of clouds here. And then we all are familiar with this rain, and sometimes it runs off from the mountains into lakes and underground, where we then evaporates again when the sun comes out. So this diagram really helps me understand how water goes around in a circle and is just recycled over and over again. So now that you have a better understanding of why authors put diagrams into informational text, I want you to do a little practice. So I changed books. Now we're going to look at a page from a book about dragonflies. And again, the author has put this beautiful diagram on there. I'm going to go ahead and read for you what it says at the top. It says, what are dragonflies? Dragonflies are flying insects with long bodies and two pairs of wings. They come in every color of the rainbow. Some dragonflies have colorful stripes. Some even change color over time. So what I'd like you to do for me is you're going to hit pause so that you can continue to look at this picture of a dragonfly. And either on the worksheet that's attached to this lesson or just on a plain old piece of white paper at home, I want you to copy down this picture of the dragonfly, or this diagram of the dragonfly. I want you to label all the parts. And underneath, I want you to write a couple of sentences about how this picture or diagram of a dragonfly helps you understand what dragonflies look like and what they are. All right, everybody, that's your assignment. Good luck. Remember, today and every day when you read your informational books, I want you thinking about how the pictures support what you're learning and why the author put those in there and how important pictures are in informational text. Be safe, everyone. Bye now.